if when you go into like touch me and you're like ugh, and you're like stressed as an audience member, it does impact you. Was it? Thank you.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Off to Broadway, the podcast where we deep dive into anything and everything musical theater. I'm Tara.
I'm Stefania.
And in today's episode, it is Thursday, May 7th. It is 2 days after the Tony nominations. So we are breaking down the 2025-2026 Tony nominations today. But before we get started, I have an announcement to make for everybody listening. You already know this. But 1 day ago, we got tickets to see Paddington.
We did. And I have to give all the credit to you, Tara, because you were the one who made the purchase.
Can I just say that, like, yesterday, and it's so funny because, like, you know, but I used to wake up at that time, like, 4 years for work. But I have not done that in a very long time. And yesterday at, like, 7 p.m., I was like, was Paddington today or was that, like, 2 days ago? Like, it felt like it was so long ago.
I do need to paint a picture, though, because Tuesday evening we went to the opera, which was obviously 3 hours long. So got home. Well, it ended just before 10 o'clock, which is actually pretty early for the opera. And
I was saying, I also, there was no traffic. I was like in bed at like 10:40. It was great.
Oh, wow. I got home, I would say, like just after 11 because I had to go to the suburbs.
I had to wash my face, you know.
So, yeah, maybe went to bed at like midnight and then at 4:45, that alarm was going off to be up. To try and get
so that we could be on UK time for 10 a.m. UK time. For anybody that doesn't know, and actually, like, we will say a bit of the experience because, like, we asked a question on Reddit because, to preface, I tried to do this as a test run last month. So Paddington, if you have a MasterCard, which I'm pretty sure is a worldwide card.
I believe.
From now until October, Paddington is dropping once a month. They drop tickets for the entire next month. It's 15 seats in the front row of the theater. So I tried as to see, let's see how this goes, like April for May. And it turns out that the website crashed and I sort of like gave up at 5:40 a.m. our time because I was like, there's no way that these tickets, turns out like if I would have waited 5 more minutes, I would have been able to see how this all worked. But it didn't matter. But what I did learn from that was we should also say I used Steph's MasterCard. I did the work,
Tara's
but I used Steph paid for it, but I did the work.
Really, so, I was also there.
Yes.
I mean,
she was there the whole time. Yes. But what I learned from the first time was to like copy the number because that's how you need to get in to even book the tickets. It's a quite long number. Yeah.
Yeah, 16 digits. I was typing in the morning. I did not think to copy paste. So smart.
So once I pasted and then we decided to like go in for 2 different dates, which maybe we should have went on the same day, but it doesn't matter because we're going, so it's irrelevant.
It's all good.
But it was kind of crazy because like the tickets were disappearing so quickly. I had like 3 attempts. I had 2 seats in my cart, then they were out of my cart. Then I had 2 more seats in my cart, then they were out of my cart. And then the next time it let me go to the pay page, I was like, I think I'm here. I think they're actually in my cart for real. And then it was also stressful because after I put in like your information, I must have put one thing wrong because then it said payment failed. I was like, it's over. Like, it's completely over. It must have been the expiry. I think I put the wrong month. I fixed it the next time. I got the tickets. They went straight into my Apple Wallet because I'm concerned. Because it says on the ATG email that I got, it said like download the app. But then when I tried to download the app, it says like you're not in the right country. So
right.
When we get to the UK, maybe I'll download the app because we might use it for other things when we're there. But for now, they're in my Apple Wallet and we will be seeing Paddington front row. Now, a question for the audience listening. Do I need to see the movie before I see the musical?
I know, this is the thing. I've only seen Paddington 2. So,
yeah, like what's it based off of? Yeah.
Like, or is it just Paddington is it based off the first Paddington movie? Or is it based off, you know, the character of Paddington with like an original story?
That's a great question. We also, with these front row tickets, get complimentary ice cream. That's at the box office. So we'll report back on that when we do a Paddington episode later this year. But yeah, it feels like so elitist to me right now because we were not seeing Paddington if we didn't get these tickets.
This is like having tickets to Hamilton, I feel. Like, I'm on a cloud.
I won't be weeping for this bear that I barely care about. Like, I just have to say that.
We will be in the audience at the Savoy Theater.
I will return to the Savoy Theater because I saw Dreamgirls at the Savoy Theater.
Wow.
Yeah, we'll be there on June 10th. So if anyone listening from the UK is here, we'll be there on June 10th. Actually, the succession of events is insane. We only have like 3 things actually booked, but we're seeing Paddington on the 10th. We're going to Leeds to see Legally Blonde on the 11th, and then we're going to see Harry Styles Night 1 Wembley on the 12th.
Well, see you there, guys.
Which, like, Harry and Paddington, like, so same, I would say.
So close.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope, that's
so we're
what a way to
very
open
excited.
the episode.
Yeah, I just thought it's, like, timely because it happened literally yesterday, and this is being released in, like, 4 days from when we're recording, so the world needs to know that we successfully got Paddington tickets. Anyway, back to New York. We are talking about the Tony Awards. As usual, we are both in pajamas for our pajama party. Actually, I think we're both in anthropology. This is so chic of us.
I am in anthropology. Are you in anthropology?
Me too. Mine's like a fun, like, food situation. There's like a baguette. I have some oysters, a glass of wine. Like, fun.
Mine are like stamps. They're like little travel stamps, sort of. They're swans, flowers, birds. Yeah. Anyway.
Wow, like anthro pajamas. That's so rich of us.
It is rich of us.
Last year we were in our indigo pajamas.
I know.
Which I don't even know what the brand is of that. Love and Lore? That's very like Canadian specific. There's no indigo anywhere else except for Canada, I believe.
Yeah. I love them. I love a matching
and then
set.
Also, as we've been doing for the last few years, we are splitting this episode. So we're just going to talk about the performances in this part, and then you can come back next week to learn all about some of the technical stuff, and then also Best Musical and Best Musical Revival. And as always, we're not talking about plays. And I do think there actually was a bit of controversy in the plays nominations. A lot of celebrities this season, and some of them were like Proof completely left off.
I feel like every year we're like scandalous they didn't nominate the celebrities. Every year we say this.
I agree.
Sorry to Iowa Debris. Sorry to
Don Cheadle.
Adrian
Same show.
Brody. Sorry to Don Cheadle. Sorry to Keanu Reeves.
Sorry to Jeff Ross for Jeff Ross Banana. What was that show called?
I don't think that was a possibility.
Was that the season? Sorry to Rob Lake and the Muppets. Sorry to Kermit, actually, is who I'd like to apologize to.
Well, this is like last year where like Denzel and Jake Gyllenhaal didn't get nominated. Yeah, they weren't going to get nominated. Okay.
And don't get me wrong, there's also many celebrities that were nominated. Yeah. Like Rose Byrne was nominated, Carrie Coon was nominated. So like we have some people here. We just,
to be fair,
there's
like those are famous, but they're not like crazy famous people. Like
I mean, like of all of the people in this, I'm trying to think like I guess Laurie Metcalf is nominated, but I also feel like she's here every year. She's more of like
she's a theater person. Person.
I guess like Keanu Reeves is maybe the like biggest name of the bunch.
Yeah. Adrian Brody just won an Oscar last year.
I guess. It's no Denzel Washington, I would say.
It's no Denzel. It's no Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah. So that's that. But we will also be referencing our...
Daniel Radcliffe did get nominated.
I don't like count him as a celebrity because he's like a theater person to me now.
Well, he does.
Which is so funny because he is so famous, but like he's a theater person to me. But we'll be referencing our way too early Tony nominations. If you recall, if you're a listener, we recorded those in January, and at the time there was like 0 cast attached to anything, so we were really grasping at nothing. And the funniest thing I think about that is that at the time there was only 6 new musicals eligible, and we were like, oh, things could move forward. Nothing else came in this season. It kind of just like ended right there. And I printed mine out at work today because I was like, I need a color copy.
You printed very small font. Out. That's crazy. That is crazy of you. I have mine. I'm referring to mine on my screen.
But we will start where we always start, which is in the Best Actress category. We did some category fraud in the Way Too Early, but she's still here just in a different category, and we'll get to her in a second. But I think the 3 we'll just say the three that we locked in that were locks. Casey Levy, Marla Mandel, and Christiane Pitts all got a nomination.
I'm going to shout out myself because who else did I nominate? Sarah Chase.
Sarah Chase.
So 4 to 5. And the fifth, I just had the wrong category.
And as you were listening to our Way Too Early before this, I almost nominated Janet in Rocky Horror.
Like, is Janet lead? We didn't even have the cast at that point.
We didn't have the cast. We didn't have the ruling. Turns out Janet was lead, and Stephanie Hsu is here as a nomination. We're rifling through this. We'll go back in a second.
Yeah. The interesting thing about Stephanie Hsu being deemed eligible is that she brought the number of eligible nominees up from 9 to 10, which meant that there were going to be 5 nominees in the category. So if there were only 9, unless there's a tie, there are 4 nominees in a category. But by bringing her in, she opened up an additional slot that she ended up taking herself, but she opened up an additional slot of possibility for other performers.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, like, if she didn't open the spot, I still think it would have been exactly the same, and the 5th spot just would have been nobody. Like,
right.
It's just funny because I feel like a couple weeks ago, I said to you, by putting Stephanie in lead, like, does that ruin her chances of getting a Tony nomination? And the answer was absolutely not. But
people were worried that
people were super worried about her.
But she made it in. She did it.
I mean, before we talk about the ladies that are nominated, I feel like we have to talk about the one person that everybody's talking about who wasn't.
Oh my God.
Not a shock to you
someone
or
who
I.
Neither of us picked in our Way Too Early nominations.
Lea Michele. Lea Michele was not nominated for a Tony Award for playing Florence in Chess. The internet is in shambles, which is shocking because I thought everybody is like love-hate Lea, but I guess we're now on the love train currently.
We're back to love.
We're back.
What a voice.
I listened to the Drama Podcast the other day do their reaction to the Tony nominations. Those two live for Lea Michele. They're big Glee fans, so they were like pretty devastated by this. I also think she's probably pretty devastated by this. I think I said, I don't know if it was our last episode or a few episodes ago, but like Chess was having her out every day campaigning.
She got that crazy Sardi's portrait.
Yes. Like, the only Sardi's portrait that we discussed that was good was Adrian Brody.
It did look like him. That one did look like him.
So I think it kind of like almost begs the question of like, what does Lea need to do to get a nomination? Although I said back in January, I saw this production of Chess. I thought that she was slightly miscast. Don't get me wrong. I've said this many, many, many times. She has a phenomenal voice.
The best voice.
No one is questioning the voice. The voice is so good. I just didn't think that like she brought that much to the character of Florence. Now, is that 100% her fault? Maybe not, because Chess is kind of like a flawed musical in general. But once we get to some other nominations, Chess got 3 acting nominations. So it's not that people absolutely hated the show. They just didn't love her.
Yeah, it is interesting. You know, the 2 stars of the show, Nicholas Christopher is one of the stars, but the 2 most famous people in the show are the 2 people who did not get nominated, Lea Michele and Aaron Tveit. Again, both have amazing voices, but, you know, are they voice-forward performers? Let's bring it back. And like, we're gonna obviously continue talking about Chess throughout these 2 episodes, but I think we're forgetting that Chess is famously like not very good.
And it's a famous flop.
Famous flop, famous bad book, famous
rewritten book for this season.
And is this one good?
No, but I'm shocked of a nomination based on the book, which we'll get to later.
So, is it shocking? I think Chess potentially overperformed in these nominations.
It's just, well, what did they get? I think it was 4 in total.
Yeah, like
that's not that overperforming, I would say. They overperformed, I think, in the acting nominations. Like, we'll talk more about each of the other ones as we get there. I just think that, like, I think a lot of people are just have a lot of thoughts on this because, like I said, we've seen her out talking about this show so much. Like, she has been on every late night show, every morning show. She's been doing podcasts. She's been a part of the vlogs. It's just like, I've seen her face everywhere. She's been talking about this show everywhere. She loves this show, which is great. Like, you should have such a like passionate reaction to the show that you're in. Like, that's really nice to see that she's having a great time. I just like, I just think that this kind of shows people that like talking about a show that you're in doesn't qualify as a nomination, like, at the end of the day.
You know, you have to do the campaign. You don't have to do the campaign, but if you want the nomination, you know, I don't think it's bad to do the campaign. But at the end of the day, the nominating committee is going to do what the nominating committee is going to do. And this may be the time to bring up the nominating committee, because I was reading about them earlier, just to kind of get an idea. I feel like we do this every year. We figure out, like, how do the Tony nominations happen? So the nominees, I'm on the Broadway World article that kind of explains this, but I'll just read out a few select parts that I think are interesting. So the nominees are selected by the Tony Awards Nominating Committee, which is a rotating group of approximately 50 theater professionals. Currently it's 64. Selected by the Tony Awards Administration Committee. They serve staggered 3-year terms. They have to see every single show. And after the Tony eligibility deadline, they convene to cast their votes for nominations. I believe they meet in person, but the voting process itself is confidential, overseen by an independent accounting firm. So the nominating committee, 15 to 65 individuals appointed by vote. They must have eligible experience, professional or educational experience in theater, represent a broad range of expertise, commit to attending all eligible productions, may not be active members in the media. If you're involved in a show, you have to step down for the year. And yeah,
it's like so funny because I feel like everyone and their mother is now a Broadway producer. So like, that's funny to me.
No, it's true. I'm going to read out some of the notable people that I think are interesting in the nominating committee. So yeah, they meet. And so each member receives a ballot for each award category listing eligible candidates and the number of nomination slots. They may discuss the candidates for up to 2 hours. So I didn't understand. Does this mean 2 hours per category? Like,
imagine they're just like, okay, everybody,
like 48 hours later. Like, I was like, that's crazy. They may discuss the candidates for up to 2 hours, but cannot take informal votes or gauge likely outcomes. So they're not allowed to say, like, I'm voting for this person, I'm voting for this person. They're just allowed to kind of like discuss. After discussion,
I would assume you're also not really supposed to like sway either.
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. I think they're allowed to just like bring up points, maybe say, I agree, I disagree.
Someone comes in there and there's like, nobody's side is the best thing I've ever heard on a stage ever. And then someone was like, well, I didn't like the way it was sung. It's no Julia Murney. That would be you and I in there.
And then that would be us. And then we would be like, there'd be a fist fight. Then the members vote by secret ballot, counting firm. No write-ins or proxy votes are allowed. Each nominating committee member must vote for exactly the number of nominees specified on the ballot for each category. So like, you know, you have to pick 5. You can't pick only one.
But also they must meet like like the cutoff was April 26th, right? 26th, 27th?
I think they meet like the next day.
That was like 1 week ago. Yeah.
I think they meet immediately after because they have to spend 2 hours per category. That could be days. How do I get on this committee? Okay, so I'm going to read. Well, are you an expert?
No.
Do you have experience?
I would say we have experience.
Okay, so some
except I have to vote for the plays, so I can't actually help there.
I know. You'd have to see the plays.
Yeah.
Think about that. Okay, so I'm going to read out some of the full list is on Broadway World. The full list is multiple places, but I'm going to read out some interesting people that I think you would be amused. Victoria Clark on the Tony nominating committee.
Wait, she had to step down though. She was in a show this year.
What show?
She was in a play. Because everyone was like, I can't believe she wasn't nominated. Let me confirm.
Victoria Clark?
Oh yeah, sorry. We're also going to be like doing research as we go, as usual. I swear I heard someone say that she was in a show this year.
Punch? Was that on Broadway?
I think. Was it not?
No, I think it is.
I don't think they got very many nominations, if any.
Premiered on Broadway, September 2025. Yeah, literally, like, I have... Okay, recused then, but she's still on the nominating committee.
Sorry, Victoria Clark, you weren't allowed to vote this year.
Adam Chandler Barat.
Yes.
A member of the Tony nominating committee. I'm scrolling. L. Morgan Lee, member of the Tony nominating committee. Peter Marks, former chief theater critic for the Washington Post. Georgina Paz-Coogan from the New York City Ballet. She was in Cats. Like not this cats, previous cats. Jason Tam.
Great.
B.D. Wong. There's many more.
Remember that documentary? We've referenced it
Kevin
so many times
Cahoon.
because we've talked about it on this podcast before, but like the one about Wicked and Avenue Q and can we get a documentary on the Tony committee? I actually would like to see that.
Can we get
Put us in the room when they're discussing for 2 hours?
It's confidential, you know? You don't want to interfere with the process.
Well, then, like, we can do a fake version. Let's pick like, fake awards. I just want to see something.
I mean, I think that's part of it. The voting is always going to be mysterious. You know, we're never going to know the exact vote counts. So it's only these 65 people that are in the nominating committee. But obviously, for the actual awards, it's a much larger voting body that votes on these different categories. So the nominating committee could have a far different opinion than what the actual, like, overall voting body has. So when you think about it, these nominations are done by, you know, not that many people. And so sometimes it's like, you're like, it's really odd that this is left out. Well, it's like, okay, it's a small sample size that is selecting this.
Imagine if some of these actors had like previously been in a show with an actor and they just like hate them, so they try to sway the room not to vote.
They're just like, and that bitch.
Exactly. Anyway, enough on the Lea Michele train, but it is like interesting, I think. She's also been out of chess this week, but based on the internet, it's because of sickness. She has not made any sort of comment on anything, even though, you know, many of her cast members were nominated.
I guess, like, okay, so is there a trend? I don't know if it's a trend, but, you know, Jessica Vosk, you know, did a statement on not being nominated. And, like, I appreciate the candor of being like, this, and I remember a few years ago, Ingrid Michaelson, similarly.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Made a statement.
But I think Ingrid Michaelson was a bit different because she was, like, truly so devastated by that. And, like, it's been her dream, I think, to have a nominated score. And it was like, if not this one, like, I'm sure not giving
Jessica
up on
Vosk's
this.
dream to be nominated.
I don't know.
As well.
Isn't it the same as, like, the Oscars when someone makes a statement? I'm just like, okay, sure.
No, when you make a statement when you're not nominated.
Oh,
why
I
make
guess
a
you're right.
When you're not nominated? Sorry.
I didn't read what Jessica Vosk said. What is she? She was a nominee to me in January, but
yeah, and that was crazy of you. What did Jessica Vosk say?
Crazy of me. Excuse me. You gave Beaches so much love in the Way Too Early.
I did. Jessica Vosk reacts to her snub. Happy Tony nomination day. I woke up at 8 a.m. without an alarm because of the anxiety. It's the first time I've sat with the possibility of even being nominated for anything Tony-wise, and it was really exciting. And while I wish I could also be up there with all these incredible ladies, it's been incredible to watch them all season and even be part of the conversation. So onward. I'm going to get a bagel because I believe I deserve carbohydrates, and maybe a manicure and a massage, and then we're going to do a show tonight because that's what we do. Congratulations to everybody. This is like, it's the Super Bowl, babe. So, like,
I
okay,
mean, here's the thing with Jessica Vosk.
The candor.
She is, like, kind of Billy on the street right now, so like this is really like not that surprising to me that she's made a statement.
I just like, does everything need a statement?
No, I agree. I do think that for a long time, and by a long time I mean like maybe 3 weeks, there was a possibility that like Jessica Vosk would be the sole nomination for Beaches. Turns out Beaches beached 0 nominations.
I saw that.
So like she couldn't even save that show. I'm sure her Wind Beneath My Wings is beautiful, but I just, you know, wigs alone, we should have known that Beaches wasn't getting anything.
Who I'm thinking about is Kelly Barrett, who just cannot catch a break.
Poor girl, honestly. That's the thing. Like, I understand the devastation, especially when you're, like, you know, originating a role for the first time. Like, I understand that, but I also agree. Like, imagine if, like, I ran for something and lost. I'm like, love everybody. This is such a disappointment for me. Like, I just wouldn't do that.
You know, can I? So when the Golden Globes, obviously, as you know, introduced the best podcast category this year, right? And sadly, we weren't nominated. I know everyone's shocked.
Yeah, weren't even in contention, but weren't nominated. Yeah, we didn't make a statement. Should we have? Maybe we should.
We have made a statement? I think we should have actually.
Well, now maybe we will next year.
Maybe we will next year. Obviously, this is a different scenario because there's only like 10 possibilities. So 50% of the people eligible were nominated and 50% weren't. But, you know, I don't know if it needs a statement. But you know what, Jessica Vosk, you handle your disappointment however you need to handle it. But I'm just like, I don't know if I need a statement if you're not nominated.
Yeah. Somebody else that we both nominated in this category, which we'll get to her later in another category, but that was Shoshana Bean.
I know.
It's funny because
we were
if I
confused.
remember correctly, you said after you had picked her as your nom and I had agreed, and then after you picked her, you were like, is she featured? Turns out she's featured.
Turns out. Yeah, we don't know enough. And I had someone, I had Ali Louis Bergozzi. Is that how it's spelled? Okay.
That's how Darren Chris said it the other day, but he said Ollie, but I've heard Ali. So, and I also think it's Lewis. That's what the drama podcast said, and they interviewed him. So I think it's Ali Louis Bergozzi.
Okay. Well, I'll go with that.
Sorry, Ali or Ollie, or if we've mispronounced your name, we'll talk about you more in a minute.
We need a pronouncer guide. Maybe we'll do maybe we'll take a pause and do a pronouncer guide. I thought he would end up in lead, but he's actually in featured. So
yeah,
it's
hard to tell at the time. No eligibility was out for the Lost Boys at the time. I think that eligibility only
no one had seen the show
in the last couple weeks. They were in the final rounds of that because they opened so late. I think we'll talk more about the Lost Boys. They got a lot of nominations. We'll talk more about them, I think, in our next episode because I'll just say off the bat here, but they really worked their preview period, and I think that was important. So we'll talk about that more in the next episode, but it was just interesting to watch, from the sidelines in Toronto. But to get back to the ladies that were nominated, Stephanie Hsu, we love her. She is so good all the time. And she recently, the whole cast of Rocky Horror just was on The Tonight Show earlier this week. And I sent the video to you. I don't know if you watched it, but they performed Sweet Transvestite. And in the 30 seconds of on-screen time, so captivating to watch. She had such great facial expressions. She is just such a good actor. So I'm thrilled that she's here. I've always really liked her. I saw her for the first time in Be More Chill when she was so young, it seems, before she had her film and TV career.
Was that before SpongeBob even?
Oh, I don't know. She was Karen, right?
Yeah.
I think it might have been, I think SpongeBob was before, maybe that was before that, but she was kind of an unknown, and then, she was in Everything Everywhere All at Once, and that really shot her career out of a cannon. So I love that she's come back. I know that this is a celeb heavy cast.
And it's a limited run, but it's a good spot.
Yeah. Someone else here, Sarah Chase, as you said, you nominated her for Schmigadoon.
I did.
Schmigadoon, maybe a Tony Darling this season.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Not
after we kind of just trashed it in our episode right before this. But that was the TV show. But I don't think it's that different, so it's hard to say.
But maybe it works better on stage. Who knows?
But Sarah Chase, I think we had said in our Schmigadoon episode that we saw her in Gatsby at Paper Mill a few years ago. She was playing Myrtle, and she was great in that. And I've heard that she is the best part of Schmigadoon, so nice to see her get nominated here. And it was actually really sweet. They
the
posted
heart of the story.
They posted the video before the show, everyone kind of circled to do the Tony nominations, and she was just weeping. So I feel this was very exciting for her. Christiane Pitts nominated for Two Strangers Carry a Cake Across New York. I would have been shocked if she didn't get a nomination, and Sam did. However, before the Tony nominations, we had the precursor award noms, so Drama Desk, Lucia Lortel, is that what it's called? I believe.
Yeah.
There's another one in there. Outer Critic Circle? Is that still what it's called?
Outer Critic Circle, yes.
They were rotating between Sam Tuddy and Christiane Pitts. They were both not nominated together in any category or in any of those awards. So people were kind of concerned that she or he wasn't going to get a nomination. This is a 2-person show. She's on stage the full time. I actually saw her in King Kong. So this is fun that she's, come right back around for this. I don't know. I think Two Strangers, when I saw this in November, I really enjoyed it. So I'm happy that, it's still around, because I think there was a possibility that it might not still be around by, June 7th.
It's the smallest musical of the season. I mean, it's a 2-person cast, and they have to carry that show all themselves. So I think they have a slight, advantage in that probably the running cost is not very much. Their capitalization probably not huge. They've tested it in the West End before it came here. But yeah, I think I'm excited to eventually see Two Strangers.
I wonder if something like this would tour. It's so cheap to tour.
Yeah, probably. You know?
It doesn't have much of a set. It seems like you can really, which is funny because it did get a set nomination, but you can like pack it up and bring it around.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we have, Marla Mendel playing Celine Dion herself in Titanic. This is a comedy nomination, I think, but like, how could she not get nominated? You know what I mean? Like, she's so good in this.
If you ask me
from what we've seen on YouTube, because we have not seen her. Oh my God, I meant to tell you. So at Titanic opening night, I don't know if you saw, Veronique Laveau was there. They brought her to the opening night because they had all of the previous Celines take a picture.
That's great.
Together.
I didn't see that. That's amazing.
I zoomed in and was like, oh my God, is that Veronique? Like, dead that she's there.
Like Toronto's Celine.
And then I went to her Instagram page and she like vlogged the day. The full vlog's in French. So like, I don't know what she said, but every once in a while she would do her like Celine impression to the camera. So happy to see that she was there. Our Celine Dion.
Our Celine Dion. Our Celine. The first French-Canadian Celine Dion. The true... Yeah. That's so funny.
And I think actually they just did their photos for the Siegel Center in French.
Oh, right, because they're doing it en français.
Titanic that's happening this summer. So that's a full French version of that, which if you're a French speaker, I'm sure it's hilarious.
Should we go?
It's funny if you're not a French speaker anyway, but I don't think we would understand anything. I wonder if the music is in French.
Oh, that's a good question. Probably.
Celine probably has like a French version of all of these songs. Yeah.
This is a really good question. Who knows?
Gotta find out maybe in July or August.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then the last person in this category, and the person that we chose as a winner, and I think that I still stand here, but that's Casey Levy.
Yes, I agree.
Mother herself.
Casey Levy, mother.
Literally and figuratively.
Literally and figuratively. I'm looking at these other nominees, and as wonderful, as talented as they are, I just don't necessarily see this going in a different direction.
Same. I agree.
My other, my dark horse is maybe Marla Mendel, but I think it's going to be Casey Levy.
I will say Ragtime does have more overall nominations than Titanic. I think more. People were kind of surprised, but then also the drama podcast was saying that, is it possible that because literally so many people have seen some sort of version of Titanic that, the charm has kind of worn off slightly. If it was the first time that it ever premiered on Broadway, would people care more? It was that's kind of interesting because they were it's played in London, it's played in Australia, it's played in Canada, it's played multiple places in New York. So,
the humor
a lot of people have seen it.
Falls off a cliff at a certain point. I've heard it's about 10 minutes longer than it was before. They've added a song, really? They've added some material. Yes, and again, we've spoken about this before, but I do think it's meant to be in a smaller space. Yeah. And I understand why they've chosen to, take the opportunity to go to Broadway. But I don't think that's the best form for a musical like Titanic.
What did they say? That they're on the set of The Voice? That's what she says?
Yes. Yes, it used to be on the set of Anything Goes, and now it's the set of The Voice.
Yeah. So yeah, that I agree. I think this is Casey's to lose, but we could have a surprise here with Marla Mendel. Oh my God, if Casey Levy wins, that's so exciting. I feel
so exciting for Richmond Hill.
So exciting for it's so exciting for everybody. It's also we had said this in our way too early, but she was originally attached to the Lost Boys. She stayed with Ragtime, and yeah, I don't know. I love her, so I think that this is super exciting, and I hope she wears an amazing dress.
Yes, girl, you have to wear something good. Sorry, so exciting for Hamilton, not Richmond Hill.
No, we saw her in Richmond Hill, but
we saw her in Richmond Hill. She's from Hamilton.
Yeah. Okay, we've spent so much time on the actresses. We have to move on. So let's move on to Best Actor, and congratulations to me because I nailed this entire category.
Did you?
I did.
Okay, I had Alex Brightman, which was wrong. Mm-hmm. And who else did I have? I was not as good at this one. I had Alex Brightman, and I didn't have Nicholas Christopher, but other than that, I got it right. So that's who I swapped out.
Yeah. So we have Sam Tutty for Two Strangers Carry Cake Across New York, which was a pretty, I think, obvious one. We have both Ragtime nominations here, Joshua Henry and Brandon Uranowitz. Nicholas Christopher for Chess, and then Luke Evans for Rocky Horror. I also feel like I maybe need to publicly apologize to Luke Evans on this podcast because we sort of dragged him in our way too early Tony nominations without even hearing an ounce of Rocky Horror. And I think he's kind of good from what I've seen.
He looks good. I've heard great things about him. He's reviewed well in this. But yeah, he did seem like a bit of a left field choice when he was announced for this. But yeah, he seems to have like really stepped up to the plate and been so funny in this part.
I would say, again, like, the best way to hear him is to watch that Tonight Show performance of Sweet Transvestite. I'll put it in the, like, YouTube description for anyone listening on YouTube. He just kind of, like, falls into Frankenfurter, which I don't know. For some reason, I was, like, so hesitant on this. The costume is also, like, a bit less risque for TV than I think it is in the show. There were no thongs on TV. I know it's only thong on... actually, I feel like I wanted to talk about this on a different episode. No, but he was wearing like a cheeky underwear instead of, you know, the what we've seen of the fully formed everything that he wears. But I wanted to talk about the fact that when I first started watching the like Rocky Horror curtain calls, the costumes like evolved every day because we were in previews. And I was like, oh my God, that's a new wig on Stephanie's shoe. Josh Rivera is wearing star pasties as Rocky in this version of the curtain call. Stephanie's now wearing a thong as opposed to like a cheeky or like a booty short underwear. So we were getting like sluttier and sluttier as we went on, which I think is how it should be at Rocky Horror.
No, it's good. Let's, like, be slutty. That's fun. I think it's good.
They've also extended themselves. When we recorded this, Are We Too Early in January, it was a limited run. They've now extended to November. And maybe they did listen to me because the Halloween show is at 10:30 p.m.
Oh, good. That's fun. That's fun. Yeah. It's going to be wild. It's going to be so rowdy.
Same night as Harry Ween at Madison Square Garden.
Wow. New York's going to be crazy that night. I mean, it probably always is on Halloween, but especially...
Somebody said, I saw today, somebody said that they think that Harry's Halloween theme this year will be Rocky Horror. And I was like, that would be fun. That could be very fun.
Yeah, I wonder.
Yeah, so again, I think like Luke Evans, based on reviews, like very early reviews, it was like a no-brainer that he would be there. Nicholas Christopher, after I saw Chess, I was like, there's absolutely no way that this man is not here. I'm curious what they'll do here because, again, there's 3 acting nominations, but, like, they should perform Endgame. But that's it's like a 30-second note that he would have to hold at the Tony performance.
You know, can you be nominated for singing one note? Maybe?
Yes. No, he's really good. We also have Anthem in this show, right? Like, he's got big moments. It's just crazy to me that long note comes at like the 11th hour after he's
the whole show was like a warm-up.
Yeah.
The whole show was a vocal warm-up for like that moment.
Yeah, he's got such a powerful voice. He has such a powerful stage presence, so he's a fun nominee.
And he's been kind of kicking around Broadway, the industry, for years and years. You know, he's done Hamilton, right? He did Sweeney Todd.
He was the understudy. He was Aaron's understudy at the time.
Exactly. That's so funny. And now they're here.
Well, I guess he was also Josh Groban's understudy, but he was still there when Aaron took over. Yeah.
He did Little Shop of Horrors. Like, he's been working, and this is kind of his first opportunity to, I think, like, originate and be, like, a star. And I'm so happy for him. Like, this is so much fun.
Yeah. Sam Tutty for Two Strangers. So cute. I'm, like, we were a fan of him in the like Dear Evan Hansen days when they posted all those like fun videos of all of the Evans singing. Wow, the video of Robert Marcus. That's like one of our faves. He's in that.
Which one? Oh yeah, the Dear Evan Hansen when they're all singing Waving Through a Window.
I think is it Waving Through a Window or
it's For Forever? Is it For Forever?
For Forever. I think it's For Forever.
Right. Yes.
He's so good in this show. Obviously, he came over with it from the West End. How did they do at the Oliviers with this?
Great question.
Because we also thought it was interesting that they didn't bring the woman over with him. That was in it in the UK that we like recast in New York.
Yeah, they brought over Sam Tutty, but they didn't bring over Dujana Gift. So interesting. But how did this do at the Olivier's? Okay, so I'm reading. Basically, it was on the West End in 2024. However, it had previously had a run off West End in 2023, and it was eligible that year, but it didn't get any nominations that year. So no Olivier.
Oh my God!
No Olivier
wait,
nominations.
Did we put all of our eggs in Two Strangers' basket, and they didn't get any Olivier nominations?
I think this is kind of a clerical error on their part. Not that, maybe there were great things happening that previous year, but I don't think it like had the traction in its off West End run to get any nominations. And like, this is a lesson, I think. And so then by the time it was like on the West End and it had gained momentum in that way, it's like, oh, you were actually eligible last year, so we can't nominate you. And I think this is maybe a lesson, and who knows what's going to happen here, but it's like, just because you don't, I don't know how to say this, just because you don't know that something's happening doesn't mean there isn't like great things happening that only like 10 people know about, you know?
Yeah.
Like this was happening, and it's the same musical that's now like multi-Tony Award nominated, and it took years and years and years for it to get this kind of momentum and excitement built around it. So much so that its original production didn't get a single Olivier nomination.
Wow. Okay,
Crazy.
well,
Crazy
now we have nothing to compare it to. So
yeah,
he's still so charming, so cute. He's really good in this musical. Like I said, I was a fan when I saw it. So that's that. And now the Ragtime Boys, which I think we're pretty excited about both of these too. I watched the Tiny Desk NPR, yes. Tiny Desk performance this morning of Ragtime, and just like Joshua Henry is maybe the best singer ever. Also, wow, like so many things happening this week. On Monday was the Met Gala, and like Josh Henry opened the Met Gala singing Whitney Houston. So like kind of crazy that maybe that was like the final push for the camp. No, it was closed.
A New York institution. But a New York institution, Joshua Henry.
I think they always invite like some Broadway people like every year. Because I remember, like, Tom Francis... Well, actually, Tom Francis was there this year, too, which I don't know how he got the invite this year, but he was there last year. Rachel Zegler was there this year. Josh Henry was there. Somebody else. Oh,
Ben Platt's always there. Hugh Sutton.
Jay Rodriguez was there. Yeah, Hugh Sutton debuting, I think, on the red carpet.
Was this their first red carpet? Well, it was a major one.
Yeah.
It was a major one. Hugh Sutton.
But Josh Henry, I literally think, has, like, one of the best voices in the industry.
The best. One of the best ever.
Yeah. And then Brandon Uranowitz.
Oh, Brandon Uranowitz, also the best. Also the best. Like, two people who are the best. I don't know what to say about them. Like, I love them both. This is a really great leading cast of Casey Levy, Joshua Henry, Brandon Uranowitz. Only one of those people has a Tony previously, and it is Brandon Uranowitz. So...
But for a play.
I think he's going to lose. It was for a play. But yeah, I think he's going to lose.
Where do we stand in this category? We both picked Josh Henry. I still think it's going to go that way.
I think this is actually the most obvious category of the whole Tony Awards. And I think Joshua Henry is going to win. I do.
Why?
I think he is the Jessie Buckley of the Tony Awards right now. I don't think there was competition for him here.
Wow. Not even like Nicholas Christopher? No, they don't like Chess.
No. Remember, Chess is bad.
Right. What about Luke Evans? Could we get a dark horse Luke Evans here?
No, because I think, again, also a little bit mixed on this production.
What about Sam Tutty?
No, he's just not doing what Joshua Henry's doing.
No, literally no one is doing what Nicholas Christopher is like kind of doing what Joshua Henry is doing, but like not in the same scale.
No, I'm sorry, he's just not doing what Joshua Henry's doing.
You didn't see Chess.
You're right, I didn't. And we didn't see Ragtime either, but
no,
I just think the material...
Yes.
It's serving one person better than it's serving the other person.
Yeah. I also think it's like meant to be kind of a role. And I also think people thought this way about Josh Henry, like when it was off Broadway. Everyone was like, as soon as this transfers, like that Tony is his. Yeah. Like, wow, are we just gonna get like Josh Henry and Nicholas Christopher like wailing back to back on the Tony Awards?
I mean, yeah. I think we are.
Let's do like Audra Nicole. Let's go. Like, yes. I want to see these two men do it.
Yes, I mean, like, please. I mean, depends what they sing, but yeah, I'm excited. But yes, I to me, this is the most locked up category of the whole night.
Okay. No, I kind of agree on that. I think, we're about to head into the most insane categories. The featured is always like so random.
Featured's always crazy.
And like
crazy.
We weren't even close on some of these ones, I would say.
I think I got
But also because like no cast was announced, so we were really going off of nothing.
Yeah, no, I think I got 2 in supporting actress and 1 in featured actor. So
I got 2 in featured actor, I think.
Right. Okay, let's go to featured actress. Let's see.
Okay. Featured actress in a musical. I'm going to play you a clip.
Please.
This is from last year. Here we go. I also want to, on December 19th, put it on the record that Hannah Cruz will get a Tony nomination.
Wow. Hannah Cruz.
Fact checked me in May, but I will be speaking on this again in February when we do our Way Too Early, but I just want to put that on the record now so that I can, like, clip this later. I mean...
Wow. You did that.
No, I think kind of like same vein of what you were saying of like, can someone get a Tony nomination based on one note? Hannah Cruz is only in Act 2 of Chess. And the second that she walks on stage, slay. She's so good. Also, her entrance is iconic. They posted actually on Chess's socials yesterday, the day of the Tony nominations, because like everybody, claps when the person that's nominated gets in. She's sitting on like a chair, her legs are crossed, and she rises from the bottom of the stage.
That's great.
And she's got like a really like mean look on her face. She is so good in Chess, and I think it like honestly after seeing it back in November, you heard me say it in December, there was like no way that she wasn't going to get nominated. So obviously, all the Tony voters agreed.
I love it. I'm excited. No, that's great. Yeah, I think that's really fun. Chess, it seems that they really singled out performances in Chess versus the show itself. But yeah, I'm really happy for her. She's playing Gussie in the Merrily We Roll Along movie that they're filming.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. So that's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm loving it for her. Hannah Cruz, and I also picked her.
I think her husband is in Hamilton right now because Hamilton and Chess are next door to each other on Broadway. And when she was doing the Chess vlogs, they were like talking about that, so that's fun. She, on this cast recording, I will point out, she's good in Endgame. They're all good in Endgame. But like, I know him so well. Her duet with Leah is really good. The Deal is really good. And then there's He Is Man, He Is Child, which is kind of like her big number in Act 2, is really good. The Chess actually cast recording is super well mastered. I think we can talk a bit about that in our next episode when we get into orchestrations a bit. But happy for Hannah. This is like a fun nomination. Apparently at the curtain call, she was like weeping the night of the Tony nominations.
Oh, that's nice. That's fun.
Very nice. Okay, our next one we'll go to, because you and I both picked someone from Rocky Horror, but we picked the wrong person from Rocky Horror.
Right.
I don't remember who picked who, but someone had Columbia, someone had Magenta.
I picked Columbia, you picked Magenta. So Magenta isn't that Juliette Lewis? Not nominated?
Yeah, I think so.
Columbia MJ Rodriguez?
MJ Rodriguez.
Right. So, okay,
Also
neither of them were nominated, so whatever. But
please give us the nominee.
The narrator, played by Rachel Dratch, a celeb, was nominated here.
Yes. I don't know. I think this is kind of like, it's a whatever nomination to me. Like, I don't really have that much to say on the narrator of Rocky Horror, but what I will say is that her best friend was also nominated in this category, and that's Anna Gasteyer in Schmigadoon. They are like literally apparently like besties. Like, I heard this, the drama podcast was saying that like they text each other all the time, which is so sweet. So I'm sure on Tuesday morning there was probably a really fun phone call between the two of them. That must really be fun. From like SNL days, no? That they know each other?
Probably. Yes, probably.
Yeah.
Just like the comedy scene generally, but yeah, SNL. No, it's so fun. I think both of them are, really funny. Anna Gasteyer, to me, I think this is a good fit for her, I guess, but I was not a fan in Once Upon a Mattress.
She's playing the like Kristen Chenoweth character in Schmigadoon. Yeah. She sings Tribulation, which is probably the biggest number in Act 2, I would say. Mm-hmm. Sounds a lot like You've Got Trouble from The Music Man. I can like see her doing this role.
Yeah, I can picture it. I can picture her in the costume.
Yeah. So that's that one, and then we gave category fraud, but here she is, Shoshana Bean. In the last place.
We had picked her in lead. That's good. That's close enough. Like, so we knew she was getting nominated. We were just the wrong category. Okay, yeah. But Shoshana Bean, this is fun for her. Like, sure, I don't think she's winning.
She's playing a mother.
She is playing a mother. So many mothers.
She sings an amazing song in The Lost Boys. I was listening to their EP today. And then also, again, they performed on Today's Show, Good Morning America, one of the two this morning. And then she and Alexander Nolan performed this duet that they sing in the show for Broadway.com. It's a like really beautiful song. And I believe I saw a video, but I can't find it now. And I don't know if it was like Lost Boys official or who posted it. But they're on one of those like playground things. I don't know exactly how to call it, but let me see if you'll understand by the way I'm
like spins
describing it.
In a circle?
Yes, but like it's a circle and then it has like a railing that you hold onto. But when I saw the video, I was like, oh my God, this is like Jagged Little Pill when they sing. What's that song?
Head over feet.
Head over feet. Yeah. But they're just like Shoshana and Paul Alexander Nolan are like spinning so fast while they're singing this song Wild. I don't know. I think she's having a good time. I saw some red carpet interviews from this. She seems to like really be embracing these like two kids that are playing her sons. She's really like taking on the mom role. And she seems like so happy. I love Shoshana, so like I'm happy for her in this.
What a voice. No, Shoshana's great. I'm excited for her. Again, this is someone who's been around for a long time, but really only had the opportunity to start originating roles like more recently. And so it's exciting to see her get these opportunities and then to be recognized.
Mm-hmm. And then before we get to the final nominee, you and I both nominated Deborah Cox, but like that woman has not had her name been read out anywhere since she's been cast in Titanic.
No one's spoken of her. No one has spoken of her at all.
And then I don't remember if you also voted for her, but I gave Temptress Chastity Moore, who's playing Grisabella, a nomination. And I actually chose her as a winner, but turns out blank.
Yeah, she didn't get the nomination. I think this is tricky. Again, obviously it's like a new version of Cats. I do think a lot of people are, shocked that this role, like she did not get a nomination here. What I have heard from a few different places is that vocally she is like 90% of the way there.
On Tuesday. Reddit was very mean.
And it's like, this is the climactic moment of the show, memory, obviously.
This is the song that everybody knows from Cats.
Right. So if you're on the edge of your seat being like, is she going to be able to hit it? Like, that's not necessarily like the most pleasant viewing experience, no matter how good of an actor, performer you are. If when you go into like, touch me, and you're like, ugh, and you're like stressed as an audience member, it does impact you. Was it? Thank you.
Cats gets 9 nominations, which is very fitting. They can really use 9 lives in their in their promo material going forward. But there was someone else that you were saying the other day that people thought would get nominated from Cats.
Skimbleshanks the Railway Cat. Apparently Skimbleshanks is the moment of the show.
I don't even remember how that goes.
Skimbleshanks. Skimbleshanks was also the moment of the movie.
You're right. On the actual railway tracks.
Yeah, they're on the railway. Skimbleshanks is apparently, maybe I'll get her name here for us because, people deserve to have their names spoken. Mm-hmm. But what I've heard is kind of like the moment of the show. Emma Sophia playing Skimbleshanks, the railway cat.
Emma. Well, I did read, there was a full Reddit post, of the Tony nominations, and everyone was like, Skimbleshanks snubbed. Which, like, just reading that alone is, funny, but Skimbleshanks snubbed. But no, our final nominee here is Nichelle Lewis, for Ragtime. Right. Once again, we have, we'll speak on him in a minute, but we have 4
a full, 5. Like a 5 acting nominations for Ragtime.
Sorry to Colin Donnell.
I just don't think...
Left out.
Father? Is that who he is? Father? I just don't think Father is, like, doing that much.
No.
Sorry to Father.
I don't know. Maybe he is. We don't know.
Maybe he is. Okay. Who's your winner here?
Are we really going to have a Ragtime, like, sweep here? Sorry, but is that kind of boring?
I know. I can't picture anyone else winning. Who else could win?
Here's the thing. If the Lost Boys is a fave, I could see Shoshana winning.
Right.
Just because, like, she's been around.
Mm-hmm. Like,
it's not Rachel Dratch. Someone said it's going to be Anna Gasteyer.
That's also possible. You know, show love to Schmigadoon here, and then...
Show love to Schmigadoon here. Schmigadoon's getting so much love this entire thing.
No, I know, but, like, in the winning, when you pick the winners... Okay, we'll get there, I guess, but... Yeah, I really...
Actually, is this the only Schmigadoon acting nomination? If it is...
No, Sarah Chase. Sarah Chase isn't winning.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
This one's wide open. I think I'm still with Nichelle Lewis, but I think it is, like, more wide open than some of the other categories.
I'm going to pick Anna Gasteyer to be different.
Wow.
Are we even watching the Tony Awards? It's going to be at 3 o'clock in the morning when we're
That's
in
London. The thing. We will be in London, so we'll just, like, wake up.
To the news?
And know.
To the highlights? Yeah. Who knows? Maybe we'll, like, put it on, and then we'll fall asleep to it, and, like, wake up to, like, applause.
What will our jet lag situation be?
Well, it's, like, the day after we get there, so it's going to be crazy. Yeah.
It's not going to be good, I don't think. So...
Actually, you know what? It could be a time when we're, like, waking up. So, we'll see. You know,
well, if it's at 8 o'clock here, let's say, if it starts at 8 o'clock here, then that's 1 a.m. there.
And we might be at 6 on Sunday night.
Yeah. We hope.
So we'll see. We'll see if we end up watching any of the Tony Awards on the day.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to our final category for this episode, and that is Best Featured Actor in a Musical. Like you said, I think we both got the same 2 people correct in our way too early.
I only got 1.
Really?
I only got Andre de Shields.
Oh, I voted for Ben Levi Ross.
I know, and that was really strong of you, but I did not vote for Ben Levi Ross.
We'll come back to you in a minute, Ben Levi Ross. But we do kind of need to, I think, give a moment here to Titanic, because there is a major character here that we left out of our way too early Tony nominations because no one was attached to at the time, but we should have known the power of the iceberg bitch. Should we give a moment of silence?
Yes. Thank you to the iceberg bitch. Thank you to Peebo Bryson.
Yes.
Thank you to the tour guide. Yeah, it's what a part. After we saw the show, we're like iceberg bitch.
Yeah.
The best part.
I can't even, like, describe it for anyone that hasn't seen Titanic because, like, you won't really get it. Like, it's just, like, so hard to talk about. We become a judge at one point. Like, it's so good.
I don't know if I laughed so hard as the moment where they're like, Peebo Bryson, and he just walks out in, like, a suit. I was like, why was that so funny?
Singing Beauty and the Beast. Like, it's so good. It's so good. Leighton Williams playing Iceberg Bitch on Broadway. Leighton won the Olivier in London.
For this part.
And I nominated Jim Parsons here, who's playing Rose's mother.
Yeah.
But then also at the same time, we were like, what about Jack? What about Cal? What about... You know what was so funny? I don't know if we said it on that episode, but I think I had said, I was like, you know what? Let's bring John Riddle back. John Riddle's back. I mean, yeah, Cal. He's great in this. And then, you know, like Frankie Grande playing Victor Garber. That was never going to happen, but, like, also a possibility was there. But for some reason, we just, like, did not speak on the iceberg bitch. And, like, that's our bad. Like, that's really our bad.
I know, that's our bad because when we watched Titanic here, we're like, that was our favorite part. Iceberg bitch. Yeah. Iceberg bitch. So, yeah. Yes, excited for Leighton Williams.
Incredibly showy role. So you can, like, really have fun with that. And
you get to, like, wail on the microphone.
Leighton has had such a fun career. Like, Leighton has played Jamie in Everybody's Talking About Jamie.
Yes, that's where I first heard of him.
I believe was in Cabaret as the MC at one point.
Did he win Strictly Come Dancing?
Oh. let's look. Leighton Williams.
With, like, a male partner.
Nikita. That was Amber's partner. Yeah. Also. Wow, do they only send the theater people to Nikita?
To Nikita.
Leighton Williams was, I'm just looking, was debuted in Billy Elliot in 2007.
Wow.
He trained at the Billy Elliot Academy in Leeds and then debuted in the show in the West End. Oh my God, like with Tom Holland.
Wow.
Okay, Leighton. That's so fun. Yeah, literally at the same time.
That's so crazy.
He's 31. He's born in 1994, so.
Wow.
Just like yeah, Cabaret. He was announced as a contestant in the 21st series of Strictly Come Dancing. He was partnered with professional dancer Nikita. They achieved not only their first perfect 40 score, but the first of the whole series in the musicals week, LOL. And then followed up with another one in the semifinals, as well as to finished runner-up. Bobby Brazier and Diane Bushwell won that year. I think Bobby was blind?
Right.
I'm pretty sure.
I didn't realize that was the same season. Yes.
So yeah,
that was an inspirational story. It made its way here. You know, sorry, Leighton Williams. You can't win everything.
No. But then also I wanted to say, so Leighton, as we just said, you know, won the Olivier, but like he's doing Titanic now, but he's also he's one of the King Herods in Jesus Christ Superstar this summer in London. Because they're doing that rotational, like King Herod. Right. Jesse Tyler Ferguson, I think, is doing one day. Or not one day, but like a stint. So I don't know when Leighton is leaving Titanic. I don't remember when this is closing. But that's starting this summer. Unless he's just taking like time off to go do that stint in the West End. And then we'll come back. It starts
Titanic
like kind of...
is a limited run.
But is it like September? Is it like Labor Day weekend? You gotta go to Television.
Now extended through September 20th. So is it strictly limited?
Maybe
he might have to leave.
Maybe he'll leave for like a week or two to do that, or maybe he'll be replaced. Like I'm not sure, because I don't know. I feel like Titanic is kind of in a position where it could like keep extending and keep extending and keep extending, because like Schmigadoon just extended to January. It was supposed to end in September, so like
that's what it did off Broadway as well. Like it just kept going.
Yeah,
and kept
exactly. It stayed for like 3 years off Broadway or something like that. So
like multiple different spots.
Anyway, very exciting for him. It's a fun thing to be nominated for the same character in like two different places. There's like few people that have done that, but I feel like you're kind of in like a fun list there of people. The next person that's nominated was, we both gave our Lost Boys nomination here to Paul Alexander Nolan, but it was Ali Louis Bergozzi. Again, sorry for the pronouncer if we said that wrong. I think he's great. I saw him in Tommy as Tommy, and I was a big fan of his voice. He's got an insane voice, like such a rock voice. And in this EP that the Lost Boys released, I'm just pulling it up because I want to say the name of the song. He sings Have to Have You, which was also the song that they sang this morning on the Today Show, Good Morning America. But on the EP that they released, it's like featuring Slash. So I was like, okay.
Oh, that's fun.
It seems like he's in a band again, we have not seen the movie, so I'm like not super aware, but it seems like he's maybe like the lead singer of a band, because that was like the scene that was set.
Okay, I'm gonna correct you here. It's Borsky.
Oh, okay, Borsky.
Ali Louis Borsky.
Great, love it.
He was nominated for a Tony. He deserves. Sorry, I was not paying attention while I was like looking for that. Is he the lead singer of a band? I think like he is, you know, here we are trying to describe the plot of The Lost Boys, a movie
I think he's the vampire, though. Based on his white hair.
He is like, okay, now this is like a slight spoil. Like he's like set up sort of to be the villain, but then someone else at the end is kind of revealed to be the villain.
I figured that. I figured that was the case. You know, that's a classic.
Right, like he's kind of like drawing our main character, Michael into this like gang of vampires, and you think like people are dying, people are being killed, and you think it's one person, but then it's somebody else. That's our big,
I think it's the girl.
Shocking reveal at the end. You think it's a girl?
Mm-hmm.
I know who it is. I'll tell you later.
For people listening, we don't want to spoil it. Can you give his name one more time so we can give the proper airtime it deserves?
Yes, please. His name is pronounced Ollie Louis Borsky.
Great. He has a phenomenal voice, like phenomenal voice. And I think we had talked about him previously in the fact that he's kind of had like a pretty good year. He just was Orpheus in Hadestown. Now he's doing this.
You saw him in Tommy.
I saw him in Tommy. He was so good. I know like no one cared about Tommy, but like he was so vocally so good in Tommy. So I think this is like fun for him. And I don't know, he's like pretty young. So it's nice to see when someone young gets this at this age, because I'm like, what are you doing next? Like, I have to see what you're going to do next. It's fun to follow your career. I think a shock nomination here is Bryce Pinkham in Chess, who is playing the narrator. He's got, I would say, the majority of the new book scenes. They've given it to his character. And while the material is kind of crazy, he does the most with this bad material. So
he's eating it up. He's eating it up. Good for him, I guess.
I've always
I always like him. You know what I think of him?
The
Ghost.
Door. Oh, I was gonna say A Gentleman's Guide.
That also, but I think of him as, you know, our villain in Ghost.
Was he?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was him.
That's so obvious to me. Like, that's just him. Like, it's just...
I mean, to be fair, I have not watched, like, that many videos of Ghost to, like, see his face as much as I've, like, seen the Gentleman's Guide Tony performance.
That's true. I've seen the Gentleman's Guide Tony performance many times.
A show that I don't really care for, but, like, that was iconic.
It was right before Gentleman's Guide. He played Carl Bruner in Ghost the Musical. Original Broadway cast is on that cast album. Yeah, an iconic part to me because, as you know, I love Ghost.
Yeah.
But yeah, there he is.
No, it's a good... I think, like, this is a crazy nomination, but, like, deserved. Because, again, like, he's really on stage so much in this musical with some, you know, insane material. But here he is giving it his all. Ben Levi Ross, nominated here for Ragtime. I just have to say, and I know that we've seen Ben previously, like, in person in a show, but, like, that voice does not match the body.
Oh, Ben Levi Ross? You expect him to be, like, a little, like, nerdier sounding? No, he's got a great voice. He's got a really great
voice. Like, rich and deep. Like, he is borderline baritone to me. When he was singing in the, like, NPR Tiny Desk, it was like, oh man, Ben Levi Ross, like, what a good voice you have.
Mother's little brother. I'm excited. No. Yeah, he's absolutely great. You know, we saw him obviously in Gatsby almost 2 years ago now. I think about you.
Every day in American Myth, where are you?
Where are you, Gatsby in American Myth? But yeah, I think he's so talented. He's so great. I'm really happy for him. This is his first nomination, so it's great. Is this all first time nominations except for
the last man we'll be speaking about?
Our last person, and probably the winner, if I had to say.
Yeah, I think it is a first nomination unless Bryce was nominated for Gentleman's Guide.
Maybe.
That's the only one I can think.
He was nominated for Gentleman's Guide. And Chess, okay. Yeah, he was nominated for Gentleman's Guide.
So then yours,
so this is the second nomination. Wrong. 12 years apart. 12 years apart from him, so that's exciting.
And you know what? Hasn't aged. Looks the exact same.
No, he does look the same.
Our final nominee, Andre DeShields for Cats. He is playing Old Deuteronomy.
Of course.
How old is Andre DeShields now? Not as old as record breaker June Squibb with a nomination.
No one is. Nobody is. But the thing about Andre DeShields is when he won, was it 2019 for Hadestown, people were like, what a wonderful career award for him. And now here we are, like 7 years later, being like, another one.
What a wonderful career award.
No, I really feel like that's what it was. He was great. He was great in Hadestown, but I think people were like, wow, what a capper to his iconic career, Andre DeShields.
I just think about the heels that he wears every night. Every night.
Yes.
Like, the platform heels.
he gets like helped by like Sydney Harcourt as Rum Tum Tugger. The wig, the jacket. To say you've shared a part with Dame Judi Dench.
Not many can say.
Not many can say. Yeah, Andre de Shields is 80 years old. I believe he is a Capricorn, looking at his birthday. And I also think he's going to win this category.
Also, to reference, June Squibb is 96 and nominated
96.
for a Tony this year, and she did break a record for the oldest person to be nominated for a Tony Award.
That's iconic. My grandfather just turned 96 this weekend.
Oh my God, happy birthday.
I know, happy birthday. Sorry, I can't imagine him doing this. Obviously, like, they live very different lives.
Well, we don't know what June Squibb's doing in her show. We know what Andre de Shields' doing is.
Yeah, I think June Squibb is sitting down mostly in Marjorie Prime.
That's good.
But still, she's going to work every day.
She's memorizing lines.
Okay?
Didn't they just do like a TIFF documentary on her last year too? I'm pretty sure there was something for her.
Well, she starred in like that Scarlett Johansson movie.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking of. She's like, she is working.
She works.
June Squibb is booked and busy. Like, it's crazy.
She literally has never been more booked. What is it called?
No, I know. I saw it like at the previews at TIFF.
Eleanor the Great.
Yes. No, back to Andre. I agree with you. This is his. The only thing that could happen here is the iceberg bitch. It could happen.
The iceberg bitch. Yeah, I just don't see it happening for the iceberg bitch.
Not with Andre de Shields in the category.
Like, I think Bryce Pinkham were out.
Yes.
Well, it depends on how they feel about Lost Boys, but I just don't think Ollie Lewis-Borzge is going to win this time, but I see incredible things for his future.
Yeah. Ben Levi Ross, same.
Yeah, Ben Levi Ross.
Love you,
again,
but
same.
Not this year.
So, like, iceberg bitch.
Someone on Reddit was like, connector hive, like, we're here. For Ben Levi Ross.
But yeah, I just think it's Andre de Shields. Another career award for him.
This one.
I love it.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Is Cats a limited run?
I don't know.
Because if it's not, like, you know, he's just committed to Cats. He also did it off Broadway. Like, he's been with the show for quite a while now. So he obviously is a fan, you know, of the material. So, yeah. It's very exciting.
Okay, yeah. It doesn't say limited on their website. So I think it is open-ended.
I mean, like...
I hope it runs forever.
Yeah. No, it's exciting stuff. And I think it's exciting, you know, that we'll get to probably hear another iconic speech from Andre de Shields in
That's
June.
true. He does do a fantastic speech.
When he showed up for his Hadestown win with the fun little things on the back of his
like
shoes.
his Hermes shoes.
Yes, those were so good.
That was good.
Anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Do you think there's a snub here for, like, Rum Tum Tugger, Sydney Harcourt?
I don't think so. I don't think anybody but you was talking about him.
Well,
it seems like the snub of the cats was Skimbleshanks.
Skimbleshanks, the Broadway cat. Someone also posted a picture of, like, Mr. Mistopheles, like, doing, like, a split jump.
I saw.
And they're like, can Bryce Pinkham do that? Like,
I think Mary-Kate Morrissey... She posted a TikTok, which I was like, this is crazy. She bought tickets on stage, which actually, Mary-Kate Morrissey, a previous Alphaba, she's like not working right now, but also an amazing voice. She said she does not think that the best way to see Cats and Jellicle Ball is on stage because they have backs to you the whole show. Yeah. And she was like, she was like, it was fun to like be in all of the movement and the motion, but like she wanted to see it from the front.
Yeah, I agree.
But then also she showed her like receipt for drinks. She bought like 6 people drinks at Cats. It was like $200.
Sometimes when I look at the price of these cocktails, what was it at Just in Time where it's like $38? $38 for a mixed drink.
That was a double, but still 2 ounces. That's it. Crazy.
It's crazy.
It's like full of soda water. Insane.
Literally.
But yeah, she was kind of just like, you know, if you're gonna see Cats, like see it from the front. You get all of the best. But she shouted out Mr. Mistopheles, and then Mr. Mistopheles commented on the video and was like, "That's me that you're talking about."
Oh, well, was there ever a cat so clever as... I love Mr. Mistopheles.
Yeah. Also a highlight of the Cats movie.
Yes, not as much as Skimbleshanks, though.
No. I think that's it. That's where we end, part 1 of this episode. We really talked about Best Actress for like 30 minutes.
Well, it's important. I don't know what to tell you.
It's the really most important category. The lead women are the most important category. Any snubs? Any further snubs? I don't really think so. Again, we have like barely any stake in this game because we've seen...
This is so different from last year.
The only shows that I saw in this are Chess and Two Strangers and, Queen of Versailles, which blanked. So other than that, I don't really have like any sort of emotional attachment to anything because I'm only watching a 10-second Instagram video.
No, I know. We really are at like the greatest distance we've been this whole time we've been doing this podcast. So I don't know. It's just fun to predict. I think there are fun people nominated, people who, I've wanted to see nominated, who I think, it's really meaningful for them to be nominated. So I'm happy. I don't think it was that shocking.
No. Yeah, like to end this where we started it, I also didn't think Aaron Tveit was getting nominated, so sorry. Aaron and Liam, better luck next time. Oh, poor Aaron. Like, he's only ever going to be known for his, basically handed Tony Award.
Literally, I do feel bad about that still. I do feel bad about that. Yeah, I don't necessarily think that, Kristen Chenoweth was snubbed here.
No, absolutely not.
I don't necessarily think that, Alex Brightman was snubbed. I don't think Jessica Vosk was snubbed.
What about Christine Sherrill for Mamma Mia, who also blanked?
That was fake. I don't know.
That was fake that they were included.
It's not real. It wasn't real.
Maybe, again, don't know enough about it, but, maybe the, lead boy in The Lost Boys is maybe a snub. I'm not really sure, but maybe that's someone that could have been considered. But I think the men is, was pretty set. Oh, my God. Mm-hmm. Looking at my list here, I, wrote F. Murray Abraham for Queen of Versailles.
Yeah, me too.
Because he was here at one point. Okay, well... Me too. That's where we'll leave this episode. We're not going to do obsessions for our Tony episodes, but we'll get back to that, in a few weeks from now. But those are the performance categories for this year's Tony Awards. Tune into our episode next week for, the technical categories as well as Best Musical, Best Revival. But until then, you can go back and listen to our other episodes by subscribing to our podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. You can also watch us on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a comment.
And you can follow us on Instagram at Off2BWay Podcast with the number 2 and on TikTok at Off to Broadway.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.